Yo! What's up, guys? I'm here again. I got another battle. This one, I had Max was streaming today, and I got a battle on here. I have some new pokes that I wanted to use, and yeah, things went well. So, anyway, this guy's name is Rockito. His Twitch name was something else. I forget what it was, but anyway, I have Rotom, a Vileplume, a Bisharp, a Pidgeot, a Torkoal, and a Bastiodon, which is pretty cool if you ask me. This guy's got a pretty sweet team as well, not too standard. He has a Nidoking, a Aerodactyl, a Slowbro, an Electivire, Togekiss, and a Roserade. So, looking at his team, really, I'm not scared of anything, except maybe the Roserade, because the few things that can take it out, meaning which are my Torkoal and my Pidgeot, are both slower than a fully invested one, because my Pidgeot is running max HP over max speed because I use it to like force switches into bluff being fast, and it actually kind of works this game. But anyway, so not really much to be said here, other than, actually, I have over 600 subs, which is pretty cool. But anyway, let's get this battle started. So I figured he would lead off with his Roserade, but I'm just going to lead off with Rotom anyway, just in case he didn't want to, and if he did, I could just Volt Switch out. So he is actually going to do that. So I'm going to wind up going for the Volt Switch here, because this thing is a big problem to my team. So I'm going to Volt Switch out, go into my Vileplume, because I can take this thing on straight on. So I just said on twice. But anyway, he's going to go for the Spikes. I thought he was going to go for the Sleep Powder, but I guess he made a good play and went for that. So I'm going to stay in here because I need to Sludge Bomb this thing, because I don't really have another option. So I'm going to go for that, and here's where this was weird for me, because that did no damage. I'm like, okay, I guess he's running specially defensive then, and not max speed. So this means that actually later on I can bring in my Pidgeotto and outspeed him and kill him with Brave Bird. So he's just going to go for Rest here. I thought he would switch out because he got all three layers of his spikes up, so I went for the Giga Drain, maybe that I can hit something, like on the switch-in, like his Nidoking or something, but he has Rest, which means he's the Natural Cure variant, and because he put himself to sleep, I can actually go for the Sleep Powder this turn, knowing he's going to switch out, wanting to waking himself up, and I nailed the Nidoking on the switch, which is pretty amazing. So it's nap time for Nidoking, and he's going to switch out because he's asleep, he can't do anything, and so like I figure that's going to happen, so I'm going to go and bring out my Pidgeot on the blind switch here, and he's going to have his Electivire out, and that's not a very good matchup for me, so I'm just going to switch out, go into my Rotom, which I can take any one hit easily. But he goes for Thunder Punch and actually does a lot of damage, maybe he's Bandit or something, but since I'm Scarfed, I can outspeed him no matter what, just get off a Will-O-Wisp and be able to live the next one. So things are looking alright for me, and so he's going to hit me with another Thunder Punch. I am going to live that with a reasonable amount of HP. I'm going to go into my Torkoal here because I kind of want to get these spikes out of the way, but he actually pulls the switch and goes back into his Roserade, which is a good play in his part. So I'm sitting here with Torkoal. I have to like switch out, and he's going to pull a double switch and go into his Nidoking, even though he's asleep. So I guess he's just trying to get some turns to wake up. So I go and sack my Rotom here to his Roserade, but he switches out, so I get a free switch basically, and then I can go for the Volt Switch because I know he's not going to stay in because he wants to save his Nidoking just because he might wake up. So I'm going to Volt Switch, get out of there, and I'm going to go into my Pidgeot because I know I can outspeed him now because he's running specially defensive, and that thing is not going to appreciate a max attack Life Orb Brave Bird. So that thing's going to die, and that's amazing for me because that thing was preventing so much from happening on my team. So he's going to send in his Aerodactyl, and then I realize, oh wait, this thing is also a threat. So I switch out here, I go into my Rotom to die. He is going to Mega Evolve, and then he's just going to hit me with the Thunder Fang, I think, here. Yeah, he does that. Thunder Fang is easily going to kill me. Tough Claws, Mega Aerodactyl. So Rotom goes down, which is okay, because I didn't really have that much health anyway. I'm going to go into Vileplume, because I'm physically defensive and I can take like any one hit. He's going to go for Skydrop here, and I didn't really expect that, but it didn't really accomplish much. I guess I just get an extra turn of Black Sludge Recovery, and that's going to do a good amount of damage, actually. But I'm just going to go for the Giga Drain, just try to get some damage. Does a reasonable amount, it's a 3-hit KO. But even though it is a 3-hit KO, he can also just kill me with another Sky Drop. But so I just leave this thing in here to die because I can just go into Bisharp right after. But he's actually going to switch for some reason. And he's going to go into his Togekiss, which is like K. I get a little bit of recovery back, which is pretty amazing. So I'm going to wind up switching here. I'm going to go into my Bastiodon because this thing kind of walls the hell out of like everything. So he's going to go for Air Slash. It's going to miss. Wouldn't have done anything anyway. So yeah, I'm expecting him to switch into something here. I don't know what. So I'm just going to get on my Stealth Rocks for free. And now his Slowbro's up. So his Slowbro can't really touch me at all, except for going for Scald. So I'm going to go into my Vileplume and potentially get off like another Giga Drain or something on something. Because Vileplume's special attack buff might not seem like that much, but it does a lot of damage actually. So I'm going to live the Scald because Vileplume's pro and this thing is perfect and it's amazing and everything. So I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb here because I want to hit something for damage, and just in case he went into Togekiss it would be super effective, but he goes into his Nidoking, which is like whatever, 4 times resist it. So he's asleep. I can just go for a Giga Drain and get a ton of health back, which is what happens, and that's a solid 2-hit KO. So I'm just gonna hope for another turn of sleep, and that's actually what happens. So Vileplume is gonna take out this Nidoking, and I'm gonna get a ton of health back in the process, which is pretty amazing. And this wouldn't have happened without Vileplume's special attack buff. So yay for Gen 6. So anyway, he's gonna bring in his Togekiss because I can't really touch it, and he can kill him with an Air Slash. So I'm gonna go back into my Bastiodon, which is like, okay, well I can take any move that you want to go for, and then I'm going to hit with Spikes, which is whatever. Air Slash is going to hit this time, and you see that it does 9 damage, so the one before doesn't matter like at all. So I am just going to stay in and go for Rock Blast here, but then he pulls the Aura Sphere, and I'm like, oh, well, that's fine. And I could just get a free switch into whatever I want, which is going to be my Pidgeot, and this is where the speed bluff comes in. He thinks that I'm faster, even though I'm not, so I'm going to go for the Quick Attack, thinking that, okay, I just need to get as much damage on this thing as possible, but he actually switches out, which is pretty funny, and so he brings in Slowbro, which easily takes that. I'm going to go for U-Turn, get some super effective damage off, and because I don't want to get burned for some, like, by any chance, so I'm going to go out. I'm just going to go and switch into my Vileplume again, because Vileplume walls the hell out of this thing, because I think his only attack is Scald, so he can't really touch me. Vileplume is putting in so much work this game. So the Slowbro winds up going for Scald on my Vileplume, and looking at the damage, I'm like, okay, I can take 1 or 2 more. So I have the option. I have the choice to go for a couple moves here. I'm not forced into Giga Drain. I can go for the Sleep Powder and just hit anything on the switch, or hit a Slowbro if it wants to stay in, which is cool. And he brings in his Togekiss to get put to sleep, which is amazing, because that was like the last threat remaining on his team for me. So that thing's asleep. Vileplume is destroying this guy right now. And I'm just sitting here bouncing up and down. He's going to bring in his Electivire, which won't really appreciate a Sludge Bomb at all. So that thing takes a lot of damage, and I could just finish it off with a Giga Drain next turn. Because he's burned, I will be able to live a Fire Punch if he has it, and he actually does carry it. And Vileplume is such a beast, only took like 45 damage from that. So I'm going to get some health back from Giga Drain, get a crit, does not matter at all. And Vileplume is still sitting pretty here. So, he has his Mega Aerodactyl still. Now, I can just sack my Vileplume right now because his Togekiss is already asleep. My Vileplume has done so much work, but instead, I switch out, I sack my Ron here, and he winds up going for the Sky Drop. And I didn't really predict that, I just went in to sack it, and I kind of like forgot here that Sky Drop doesn't affect me, so I just went for Roost because I clicked a button because I thought I was going to die. I should have gone for the Brave Bird, but I could have gotten 3 times that damage from Quick Attack, but I go for Quick Attack just so I could get some damage off before I die. So, just in case my Bisharp is not strong enough for some reason, I can kill it. But basically what's going to happen here is Bisharp is just going to come in and sweep the rest of his team. He's going to go into Slowbro on my Sucker Punch, which is fine. And I can go for the Swords Dance. As long as he doesn't get the Scald Burn, I can just win the game. So the turn happens, I go for the SD, he's gonna go for the Scald, and it comes down to this moment right here, if he gets a Scald burn or not. And he doesn't, so I basically win the game right now. And Bisharp is just gonna clean up because Bisharp is amazing and stuff. Slowbro gets O-Code, and he's gonna bring in his Togekiss, which is also gonna get destroyed by an Iron Head, and then Aerodactyl after that is gonna get finished off by a Sucker Punch. So that will be the game. That was a really good game, man. I actually had a lot of fun with that. It's gonna be a 2-0 in my favor because Bisharp falls after Life Orb damage. And so you got to see Vileplume do some work. I hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget to rate, comment, and sub if you actually want to. And don't forget to sub for more Minecraft videos.